interrupt the regular scheduled programming to share with you some breaking news. As of 1400 hours local time, Mount Merapi, a volcano in Indonesia, has just erupted and has sent an ash column as high as 13,000 meters or 42,600 feet above sea level. Airspace over the area of the volcano has been closed with immediate effect. The current estimated cost of damage of property surrounding the volcano is currently around $2.8 million. This catastrophic eruption has affected more than 2 million people in the region, and it is Indonesia's most severe volcanic eruption in 132 years. We will now show you some live footage of the eruption.
Meanwhile,
so this is the current situation around Indonesia. Airspace around spanning 550 kilometers around the volcano and up to flight level 430 has been closed by the Indonesian authorities. As a result, our flight routes to Adelaide, Melbourne and Surabaya have been affected. So our Adelaide and Melbourne routes have to be rerouted, diverted around this area, and our Surabaya flights have to be cancelled. As the station manager for air resistance operations in Singapore, I have the responsibility of overseeing all parts of the airline's operations. I ensure that our operations have a zero-tolerance stance towards any lapses in safety or security. So the eruption in Mount Merapi in Indonesia posed a threat to our operations as volcanic ash can seriously damage the skin and the engines of our aircraft. Therefore, for flights which would originally fly across the closed airspace, we had to either reroute them around the volcano, which would then cause delays, or cancel them. Of course, passengers would not be happy with these delays and cancellations, but like I said earlier, we will not jeopardize the safety of our passengers and crew. So as a result, I briefed my team in the Flight Control Center about the situation to handle the rerouting and the problems incurred due to these delays and cancellations. So I'm sure you all know what to do. Can we start with Brian first?
I will communicate with all those affected flights or with flight plans passing through the area, inform them of the situation and monitor the flight performance of those flights, update the NOTAMs, and I will need the flight plans of the flight from the flight dispatcher for all those affected flights.
Yes, Brian, safety is our number one priority for all the crews and passengers on all these flights. We can't allow our planes to fly through thick volcanic ash. I'll modify the flight plans immediately to advise the pilots early and to give ample time for the crew and to detour around the closed airspace, taking into account the aircraft performance and fuel remaining.
Okay, Marcus, I'll need you to update me with the estimated delay times of these flights. I'll be assisting the connecting passengers to the next connecting flight if necessary, as some of their flights may have already departed. They will be taken care of with incentives and compensation, and I will try my best to have them transferred to the next available flight as soon as possible.
I will also need the estimated delay times of these flights to check if any of the flight crew flying duty period exceeds due to the diversion made. If their flying duty period has exceeded, I will call up crew on standby to operate the other sectors.
Okay, that's all team. Good job, and let's go out and get to work.
As the Flight Operation Coordinator of the Flight Control Center, my duty involves watching all over our aircraft in the skies, making sure that operational parameters of all our aircraft are running smoothly. I try to minimize the occurrence of delay and cancellation of our flights. In an event of any issue that may occur in flight, I will need to communicate with the pilots to give advice when necessary, especially in the case that they may need to reroute or diverted to another airport. And because of this eruption of Mount Merapi, I will need to inform the flight crew near the affected area about the eruption and update their flight plan with new waypoints which the flight dispatcher needs to plan, as well as pay close attention to the performance of the aircraft flying around the area. Air Resistance 299, this is flight operation calling from the Flight Control Center. Mount Merapi volcano in Indonesia has just erupted, and the ash ceiling is flight level 430. You will have to detour around the closed airspace, and will have to change the flight plan with our updates given to you very soon. Air Resistance 299 will stand by for new coordinates.
As a flight dispatcher, I'm responsible for one of the most important elements of flying, which is flight planning. Before a flight departs, I have to plan the flight path, plan the amount of fuel needed, while considering the en route winds, weather forecasts, airspace restrictions, and airport conditions, so that every flight can get to a destination safely and efficiently. With so many of our passengers on board our aircraft each day, there is no margin for error here at Air Resistance. The ongoing eruption of Mount Merapi poses a threat to the safety of our aircrafts. Thus, I will have to modify the flight paths of affected flights so that they will take a safe route around the volcanic ash. Hello team, I've just finished modifying the flight plan for flight 299. I expect an additional flight time of 1 hour.
Okay, thank you, Marcus. Air Resistance 299, sending you a new coordinates right now. Coordinates will key to an FMC
As the crew dispatcher, I am responsible for rostering the crew members of Air Resistance. In an unlikely case where any of the crew members are unable to be present for their scheduled flight, or if their flying duty period exceeds, it is my responsibility to call up standby crew and make critical adjustments so as to ensure that passengers get to their destination on the allocated time. The eruption of Mount Merapi caused some flights to be rerouted to a longer way around the closed airspace, causing the crew to exceed their flying duty period such that they are unable to operate their last sector. Therefore, I will have to call up crew on standby to operate the other sector. Oh no, they cannot operate their last sector. Brian, please let the crew members of AR299 know that they are unable to operate their last sector as their flying duty period have exceeded.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Candice. Air Resistance 299, this is flight operation again. You have exceeded your flight duty period and you will not need to operate the next sector. New crew scheduling have been arranged and new flight crews will be there to replace you. So we have exceeded our FTP and we will not continue our next leg of journey.
Meanwhile,
Okay, I'll call up Clement. Hi Clement, you are called up for flight number 966 to KL. Please get ready in 3 hours. Thank you.
As a ground operations coordinator, my field of expertise lies on the management of issues relating to passenger and baggage movement on the ground. I am to ensure that every problem is efficiently taken care of with minimum costs spent, so as to allow the ground handlers to safely and smoothly take over and carry out their duties. I am responsible to take care of the passengers when faced with unforeseen delays at minimum Nevertheless, these cases will be avoided to the best of our abilities. In this case, due to the volcanic eruption, the delay caused several of our passengers to miss their connecting flights. So, this is where I need to rebook them onto their next available connecting flight, such that it is of minimal inconvenience to them to ensure that they are still able to enjoy their journey.
Hello?
Family, Flight to Nana is landing now. Please come down and escort the connecting passengers who are about to miss their connecting flights.
Yeah, I'll make my way there. Thanks.
Air Resistance 299er, taxiway Delta to vacate.
A few moments later.
老公，那是我们耶。I am Mr. Priyani and this is Mr. Loya.
We are here to escort you onto your connecting journey.
Okay, come,
Please follow us.
Five minutes later.
Sorry for the delay. Thank you for understanding and hope you have a pleasant journey ahead.
No problem, no problem. No problem. Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Pleasant journey. As a result, our flight routes
Oh, I heard two. Okay, sorry. I will due to the
Running smoothly. And I. Ladies and gentlemen, we.
So our flights to Adelaide and Melbourne will have. Why is that good?
Can I say speed record?
sign is over there.